My name is Stephanie Lanham. I'm with the Rock and Roll Horror Show. And I'm here with Carrie. First of all, you're everything that you talk about, like from your start to finish, everything that you do has been really inspiring to me personally because it's made me want to get back to where I was happy again. Because I went through a really bad divorce probably about 2 years ago. It took me about a year to get away from him. And just all that emotional stress and all of that, that's just what kind of did it for me. Emotional eating. That was my biggest thing.
Well,
So,
I feel it, and thank you for having me on.
yeah.
No, I feel that because food, to me, I struggle with it as well. It's always there if you need it.
Hmm.
Didn't judge you.
Nope.
Tastes good.
Yep.
You get that dopamine.
Every time. And now it's just unfortunate that I'm on my way to being diabetic, and that's what Jason is. So he's trying to get me to kickstart back to being healthy again, which I feel it. I feel like being more alive than what I was like a few months ago when I first started. But so, first thing, Imaginarium 2023. How long have you been coming? I saw you last year. Was last year your first time?
It was. Now, Stephen had invited me like 8 years ago or something. It was just, I just couldn't make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, last year was my first year. And this year hopefully is going into the future many, many more.
Yeah, I'm. I was so excited to see that you were on the panel list when they started making an announcement. And I was like, oh, she was so sweet. But so, tell us a little bit about it. Like, what was your reason for getting into film? And I remember we talked briefly about what happened yesterday, but
Well, I had always been involved in sports growing up. So there was a certain level of fitness that I could just maintain because I was young and active and stuff. And at some point, when I was in college, I just didn't know how to take care of myself. I was gaining weight. Um, I would get like health tips here and there, but I wasn't really sure what I was doing. And then I kind of stumbled along on a bodybuilding show when I was in college. And I went, and I'm like, I don't like this. I like the look. I'm like, there's got to be a discipline into this, and even if I don't take it into competition, the structure of the nutrition along with the training, which I enjoy, want to know more about that because I know that I'm headed in the direction that I don't like. I was really overweight. I just was kind of clueless, and like the direction I'm going, I'm headed toward diabetes. I'm headed toward like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all these kind of like, and then it kind of cascades itself. So
just a spiraling effect. 'Cause that's what I'm dealing with right now. So just hearing your story and everything you went through, hopefully it doesn't just inspire me, it inspires everybody else to do the same. I'm sure it will.
to me, that's the most rewarding thing is to have somebody come up to me and just be like, because of you, here's where I started, and this is what I've been able to do in X amount of months, and it's just like,
Well, so your heartstrings, right?
yes.
So, what has been in Imaginarium 2023 last day? What's been your favorite thing so far?
Really good things. It's the people.
The people.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how many times I've heard that. It's just the people, and I agree with that completely because it's a networking thing, and then with that networking, you develop friendships that last for years, and they don't stop. Like you'll have that friend. Like with your own personal experience, you've actually got where you're going to be doing professional wrestling. I think that's what you were talking about.
Yes, because of somebody I met at and
Yeah,
was
and that's
the change in the course of it.
everything that's like that. That was a big thing. I remember when we were talking about that, you could see the light in your face, like you were so excited to talk about it. And Jason was like, "I'm really happy for her." so, so now I see you are, of course, like a bodybuilder, professional wrestler. Is there anything else that you would like to dabble in poetry? Do you do any type of music, anything like that?
Years ago, I did illustrate,
Did
and I've got some illustrations in Apex. Like, just set me a story, and then just whatever inspires you. We need like a black and white for this page. So I did some stuff for Apex.
oh,
In between bodybuilding and pro wrestling, I took about a 2 year break to. So I've been at bodybuilding for over 10 years, and I kind of needed to step away to reassess things and what I wanted to do. And in those 2 years, I was like, I don't want to say how strong I can get, so I was powerlifting.
Okay.
for 2 years. And actually, really, I was very successful in competitive powerlifting for 2 years. And I've got two state records here in Kentucky. And then I've got 4 state records in Florida with both masters and open. And I thought, I was like, this has been cool. I really enjoy the experience of training and getting strong. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, back to bodybuilding. Like, went back to bodybuilding for a little bit. And then just about that time, it was Imaginarium last year. And I was like, okay, sometimes timing, a lot of times timing.
It really is. And I know that there's a couple of people that have come to these conventions and because of all the networking and friendships they create, same thing like it happens, like the doors just open for them. And it's just that I always go back to it's called negative out, positive in. So if you believe it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like just get that negativity out, bring in the positive. And I know it sounds. My mom says you sound like a hippie. And I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah, it's like putting that
You
positivity.
just got to have that in that, and you have definitely shown that today. Not just today, but last year. I remember seeing you for the first time, and just like your presence and just how you were talking, like just being so kind to people. And you don't see that a lot from a lot of people, just being a kind person. You are very kind. So, good. Okay, so last question: are you going to be here next year?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
You didn't even hesitate.
Yeah, and with Rosie.
Rosie is her cat that they had actually brought. You just rescued her how long ago?
A month ago.
A month ago. Sweetest little thing. She's so tiny and so small, and she has like a little knapsack for her and everything. It's adorable. But I can't wait to see how big she gets.
She'll be about full grown next year, but to pass her around, that's another thing. I can somebody's little anxiety.
Yes, definitely. That's we have a wiener dog named Bernie, and she's definitely Jason's little. I guess you would say emotional support animal. She knows exactly when he's starting to feel like that depression or that like that overwhelming sadness. She'll just come and lay on his chest and just look at him. She's so in tune with him. There is no two people. That's the love of his life. I will absolutely say that about him. But we've definitely been missing our babies this weekend because we've got 3 rescues in her. But it was a pleasure. I cannot wait to see what this whole year has in store for you. I'm so excited to see what happens, and we will see you next year, and then we can catch up again and see where you're at.
Stephanie,
Of course.